Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Thursday, January 23rd's meeting of Rotary Club of Milledgeville. This meeting is in order. Please silence your cell phones as Kyle Colors joins us in service as Rotarian of the day.
Good to see everybody here today. Wasn't sure what kind of crowd we would have with the lingering snow. And if you guys don't have anything to do this afternoon, you are welcome to come help me roll burritos at Cerchero's. Like most of you, we've had a few people call out. So anyway, bear with us if you stop by there later. But let's open with a word of prayer. Father, thank you, Lord, for bringing us here today. Thank you for the safety that you provided for each of us and our families through these last few days. Thank you for this food that you provided for us today and the hands that prepared it. And I pray you bless our time together today and help us to be mindful of others in our community who could use our assistance in whatever ways they need it in these days. And we ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. And the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First of all, is it true? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And fifth, is it fun?
Thank you, Kyle. All right. Thank you for coming today and hope all is well with you and your families after this weather that we've had. Please remember the cart buckets on the table if you have spare change and make donations to that. Jay Witcher is our Sergeant of Arms today. Jay, you will come up and help us with 50-50 raffle.
Yep. Hey, welcome, brave souls. So we have our special guest speaker that will be introduced shortly, but I would like for you to draw a winning picture. Read the number for us.
It is 274-5961.
Yes. Finally. Okay, congratulations, Paul. You want me, thank you. He has been after me for a year. No, you're good.
Watch you draw it. I know, right?
Nope.
Oh.
Well.
Wow.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Jay. Do we have any prayer requests for today? Is there anyone we want to remember? Anyone, anything? Eric.
My brother had a massive heart attack on Christmas Day, I think I mentioned. Unfortunately, last weekend, the doctor basically said there wasn't any way he's going to recover from that. So we actually plugged the machine, and he passed away early Sunday morning. So send out other thoughts and prayers for him.
We're so sorry, Eric. That's terrible. So sorry. Community announcements. GCSU's Wednesday night basketball games were rescheduled. Stephanie, do you have the dates on that teddy bear toss?
Look, get it out, y'all. Wendell had texted me and said that as of right now, the basketball game is moving to Monday instead of last night, obviously. So if you guys will put Monday on your calendars and come out to support us for that, that would be great.
Okay, did everybody get that? So Monday night is the GCSU teddy bear toss basketball game event. And any other community announcements? I don't have the bulletin today. I don't think there's a whole lot going on right now. All right, well, if that's the case, let's have a little bit of club business before we introduce our speaker. January's board meeting was rescheduled. It will be this coming Tuesday, January the 28th at Marketing Georgia Aaron's office at noon. So everyone is welcome to attend these board meetings. They're open, they count as makeup days for all of you, and we love having membership come out and be part of those conversations. So do put that on your calendar if you're interested. Also, a reminder, February the 6th, that's Thursday after next, is our district governor's annual visit. So Todd Friesman will be coming to have lunch with us and to hear about what our club has been doing and give you updates about what's going on in the district. So please put that date on the calendar. It'd be awesome to have a full house to greet Todd. And our area governor Taylor will be here also, and Tricia will join us too as a new AG elect. Okay. Kristen, would you like to come and help me with this next full part of club business? We have a new member induction of a former Rotarian that is special today that we would like to share with all of you. Hugh Thompson, will you please come forward and join Kristen and me? And Stephanie's going to take a picture. Okay. Hugh Thompson, you have been chosen to membership in the Rotary Club of Milledgeville because your fellow members believe you to be a leader in your vocation, and you manifest those qualities of head and heart which fit you to interpret and impart the message of Rotary to those with whom you have contact. You are the representative of your vocation in this club, and any contribution of educational value pertaining to that vocation must naturally come through us, through you. On the other hand, you became ambassador from us to your vocation, and it becomes your duty to carry the ideals and principles of your service of work. We expect much from you in help and inspiration, which will enable us to be better Rotarians, and with this hope, we most heartily offer you Rotarian Fellowship. I wish to impress upon you that you have been admitted not only to the Rotary Club of Milledgeville, but also to a worldwide association. The honor and privilege of Rotary membership carries with it duties and obligations. You will be expected to attend the club's meetings regularly, to perform your share of club service, and to place your knowledge and talents at the disposal of the club. The community will know and judge Rotary your embodiment of it in character and service. I ask all members to rise. It is now my distinct pleasure, in the name of Rotary Club of Milledgeville, I now formally admit you to membership in this club, and that's at your sponsor of Fix Your Lapel.
See if I can usually struggle with this.
Steffi, you might need to come around this way to get the picture.
Don't touch it.
I begin with you, our newest member, Rotarian Hugh Thompson, who has been loaned the title of club member, and request all of you to welcome him. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Stephanie,
Yes.
you want to come forward and
Yes.
introduce our speaker today?
So I've got a few notes, but today we have Courtney Bentley. She is the new director for communities and schools of Milledgeville, Baldwin County. She and her husband Mitch, they live here in town with their two daughters. And Courtney, prior to being the director, she was a program coordinator for the Wraparound Baldwin Grant, which was a $2.3 million 5-year grant awarded to communities and schools and Georgia College. So we're excited to hear about what she and communities and schools got going on. So welcome, Courtney.
Thank you, and thank y'all for having me here today. I was excited to leave my house for the first time in 6 days. My family was not so fortunate and they are slowly going stir crazy. But we will make it. I'm gonna try to share my screen for those out there. Okay. All right. Now let's see if this will go okay. Nope. There we go. Okay. All right. So, as Stephanie said, I am the Director of Communities and Schools here in Milledgeville, Baldwin County. I have been in this role officially since January 1st of this year, but I have worked in this role in an interim capacity since June 1st of last year, and I've worked with communities and schools since January of 2019. So, although I'm new to the role, I am not new to the world of communities and schools. So our mission is to surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. And we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We are a local affiliate of a national nonprofit organization. Communities and Schools actually started in New York City in the 70s and has spread across the nation. So we are one of the affiliates and have served Milledgeville, Baldwin County since 2009. So I am the third director in this role, leading the organization. And something I just try to focus on is a quote that by the founder, Bill Milliken, that it's relationships, not programs, that change children. So a big thing that we have is we have a site coordinator that serves in each one of our public schools in Baldwin County. So, let me back up. So to give you a picture of who we are serving, we work with Baldwin County School District and have been fortunate to have a good working relationship with our current superintendent, Dr. Norris Price. And this is just kind of the makeup of Baldwin County School District. We have the majority of our students are Black or African American, followed by white, and then we have multiracial or Hispanic and Asian. 12% of the population receive special education services. 7% are considered gifted. 2% are English language learners. And those are primarily focused in the two Lakeview schools, so Lakeview Primary, which serves kindergarten through second grade, and Lakeview Academy, which serves third through fifth grade. 4% of the population is unhoused, and that doesn't look like it might in Macon or somewhere else. That doesn't mean that they're, living out on the streets. They may be living out of their car. They may be bouncing around from family member to family member, sleeping on their couches, or they may be in a hotel. And then 70% of our students are economically disadvantaged. So that is why we do what we do. We have a site coordinator in every school in Baldwin County School District. And we primarily focus on serving the students right where they are, which is in school. So that means we're doing our tutoring, we're doing our integrated supports. We help them with uniforms. And we're not just doing this, just going in and giving them what we think we need. We do a needs assessment at each one of the schools, and that involves talking to the administration. That involves talking to each one of the students, and that we case manage. And that is we case manage 10% of each school. And we are looking to increase that in some of our sites as we have more employment. We have 2 site coordinators at each of the kindergarten through second grade primary schools. So we get them resources that they need. That may be uniforms, that may be school supplies, that may be food. Like I said, some of these students are bouncing from place to place, and food insecurity is a very real thing for them. There are 2 food pantries that are housed at Midway Hills Primary and Midway Hills Academy. And so sometimes that's something we're able to do is get donations in of canned food items that we are able to help stock those with. But our big thing that we do, our biggest integrated support is our tutoring and our mentoring. So at the lower levels, kindergarten through second grade, our focus is that we want to make sure that these students are reading on grade level by the end of their third grade year. And that is not just an arbitrary time. That is the time in which students transition from learning to read to reading to learn. So we want to make sure that they are well equipped to do their own reading, be able to get their own information, be able to succeed not only in their reading class, but also in their other classes and then beyond when they graduate. As I previously mentioned, we help students in need with uniform items. This, a lot of times, if any of you are in this room or parents, you know how sometimes you just wake up and you're like, wow, you grew 3 inches overnight. I'm so glad. So we help with things like that. We help with, students, they may have had to leave their home for whatever reason in a hurry, and packing uniforms is the last thing on their mind. So we are able to focus on that. We provide school supplies. That includes mesh backpacks, which tear very easily. And any of the school supplies, this is the first year since COVID, the first school year, I believe, since COVID, that the school district did not have CARES Act money to provide school supplies to these students. And so that's something that we're able to do. Especially for the older children, we have toiletry items that we're able to provide these students with. And then, as I mentioned before, about the food items. So, but the way that we're reaching all of these students is through our connection, through our site coordinators. So they're the ones that are the boots on the ground every single day. They are building relationships with these students. We have a site coordinator, Crystalyn Lewis, at Baldwin High School. She also serves the Baldwin High School students attending Georgia College Early College. And she had a student who was, usually like pretty good student. And then all of a sudden she noticed, because she took the time to talk to him and care and monitor his grades, that his grades started to go down. And so she was able to pull him to the side. She saw him in the hallway one day and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like he was being late to school. His grades were suffering, and he just kind of like brushed her off. He was like, "It's it's fine. It's nothing." Well, then later she got a visitor in her classroom, and it was that student, and he felt comfortable enough with her because of their relationship to share with her that his father had recently passed away unexpectedly. And his father was the primary breadwinner of the family. And so to pick up that slack, this high school boy went out and he got a job, and he was working after school. So guess what? Homework, we don't really have time for that. He was closing a lot of days, so he was tired. He would wake up late and not get to school on time, missing instructional time, and then it just kind of kept snowballing. So she was able to talk with him, work with him, and she got him back on track. She has a good relationship with him. She was able to, he's at the point where he's starting to look at colleges, things like that. And she really redirected that trajectory that he could have been going down because of the relationship that she has with him. These are our board of directors. You may notice some of them among you. And we are fortunate. I know Terry and Greg were also founding members of Communities and Schools here in Milledgeville, Baldwin County, along with Lynn Chandler. And so we are thankful for them and their guidance and leadership. And these are some of our other partners that they sponsor us, or they host drives for us in any capacity, and we're also very thankful for their partnership. And then this is where all of you come in. How can you support us? So we have a social media presence. So we have Facebook and Instagram. So that's a good way to share our story. Even just leaving this meeting today and sharing our story with someone else. We have volunteering opportunities for both special events or weekly tutoring. If you have an hour of your time to give to the students each week. For special events, that would be things like coming in and reading to the students on, like we participate in Read Across America, Dr. Seuss Day. So coming in, reading to the students. Those special events do not require a background check. However, with the weekly tutoring, that would require a background check that you can get through Baldwin County School District and the Sheriff's Office. And then the big thing would be donating. If we need uniforms specifically, we always need pants. Always. School supplies, or we have through our website where you can make a one-time or monthly contribution to help us support the students here in Baldwin County. So I am thankful to be here, and I will take any of the questions you may have. Yes, sir.
I've got a few questions.
Okay.
My first one is, how many students between nursery school and high school are there in the Baldwin County schools?
About 44,600-ish.
So you're taking care of 100% of the kids,
So
or 70% of all the kids?
we touch all of the students in some capacity. We case manage about 10% of the student population at each school. And so what that looks like is they're the ones that we're pooling every single week for tutoring. They're the ones that they just need that little extra push, and they're going to be able to make it into the next grade. We do not serve students who are in the gifted program or students in the special education program. We kind of serve those bubble students, but then our uniforms, food items, toiletries, things like that, any special events that we do, we support all of the students in that capacity.
How big is your budget?
Not big enough. So,
What do you need?
Greg, help me out.
Can't remember how big our budget is, but we lost two large grants.
Yes.
You mentioned one of them, I think. How much was the other one?
We're talking about reaching rural communities, 85,000. We lost 85,000. And that was nothing in error of ours. It was just the organization that sponsored it no longer sponsored it anymore. So we are 100% grant funded. We don't receive state funds of any description. We are fortunate to be supported through the local school district with Title I funds, which is in limbo as leadership may turn over. You kind of never know if the person coming in is going to believe in communities and schools or not. So that's why we really want to go out and tell our story. So I would say, I don't know. I mean,
I think probably the best way to say it, we're probably running about 40,000 deficit right now to keep a site coordinator in every school.
So what's going through my mind is the connection between y'all and the Board of Education and the public school system. I mean, it seems to me like all this would be their responsibility. And so what I hear you telling me is they don't have the resources that they need to take care of all this, and that's the reason why.
No, the deficits are very large. And it's not just academics. That's kind of where we come in. We want to meet these other deficits so that when we come in, the school system is able to focus on, like, our teachers can teach and not worry about, well, Susie's hungry, her uniform doesn't fit, he has been out 3 of the last 5 days, things like that. So that's what we're focused on. Our primary focuses are attendance, behavior, and then coursework. So yeah.
My last question is, do y'all coordinate with United Way? Because it seems like this is a United Way project.
Yes, we do. And unfortunately, they have paused our contribution as of late. Because until the new fiscal year, they're going through some restructuring. And so United Way will be, more of a grant funder. They'll go through the request for proposals.
That's the way it works.
And so we have worked with them in the past, but, we are not at this current moment.
We've been a United Way agency for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And like she said, they paused the second half of our annual funding this year, due to, I guess, shortfalls on there.
Right.
I saw an article where Meals on Wheels got indicated that they were receiving reduced funding too. But their donation for that.
And we're seeing that across the board. As CARES money, COVID money has run out, grants are more competitive right now as well. And so that's been a challenge that we faced recently. Any other questions?
I have one question. For community volunteers who
Mhm.
want to participate in literacy programs or other types, how long is their background check valid? Is that an annual?
Yes, so it does have to be done every single school year. We run it on a school year calendar just because that makes the most sense. So yeah, it is on a school year basis. Mhm.
Do you keep some interns typically? I mean, like 1 or 2?
We're fortunate that we're embedded within Georgia College, so that provides some interns. We work with the mass comm department. I'm actually going to go speak with the education department at Georgia College tomorrow. And that helps us get a lot of our volunteers. And we have some internships that come in as well. So
For the tutoring kind of piece to it.
yes. We typically put them out in the schools and they really enjoy it. The college students love connecting with the students in the community. So it's a great opportunity. And because we don't have to, we're serving them, we're able to pull them during the school day. Parents aren't having to figure out like transportation logistics in the afternoon. And so that's nice. And we pull them once a week from their exploratory class. So they're not missing academic instruction. So yes.
You know, with any other organizations in school, I mean, we have a whole bunch of programs in the past that come in that help the schools as far as like the blessing bags and other programs. I mean, we
Yes.
just hear of a lot of programs that are outside the school that are going in to help, but I mean, is there a coordination between those or?
Mhm. Yeah, so we're part of the Baldwin Family Connection Collaborative, and they help all of the organizations in the community that are providing resources. We come together once a month and kind of talk about what we're offering. We work closely with Cindy Edwards. She's the director of Baldwin Family Connection, and she's also on our board. And so that helps us coordinate services. In the past, we have, when we've had the funding, we have partnered with local faith-based organizations to provide food, provide the money to go buy like canned food items and then the church actually packs them and delivers them to the school.
So I saw one of the stats you gave was like 70% of the students are all economically disadvantaged.
Mhm.
How does that compare to surrounding counties? Do you know any other?
I don't know. I would have to look into that. I think our little area in general, we see a lot higher. I know it is much higher than the state level. For students who are living below the poverty line. Anything else?
Any other questions for Courtney?
Thank you so much.
Hey, Courtney, thank you so much for joining us today and for presenting your program. We ask that you please honor us by signing one of our books from our Jill's Books collection. We work in conjunction with Twin Lakes Library System to provide books to the children in the community through an ongoing collection that we raise money for and provide grants for.
Awesome, thank
So,
you.
thank you so much. I'm gonna take a little picture of you if you don't mind while you're signing that. And that pen is for you. That's a
Good pen.
speaker gift pen, officially Rotary branded. Thank you, Marketing Georgia, for that. And a quick word about Marketing Georgia. Erin's having a closeout on her Rotary branded items. So any of you interested in stocking up on your Rotary bling or clothing, please drop over Marketing Georgia off North Jefferson Street and see Erin. Very quickly, thank you again, Courtney, for coming and updating us on things going on with communities and schools. And we have the January board meeting next Tuesday for those of you who want to attend. That's going to be noon at Marketing Georgia. And thank you again so much for coming. Thank you, Zoom attendees. This meeting's adjourned. Have a great day.